You know, got it. So perfect. There we go. So, as I was sitting here thinking, today's Chris Terry's birthday. So if anybody wants to go shout him out, you guys are more than welcome to. But to think about where this company was 8 years ago, 9 years ago, with Chris Terry and maybe a couple hundred people. And I was actually part of another company, and we were going head to head with Chris. And me and Chris got in several arguments over social media, and we talked pretty bad about each other. And now we became great friends, you know. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be a part of I Am Academy. And here's one thing that I wanted to talk about is when you find people that put other people over their own paychecks, you probably found something special there. And what do I mean by that is because when I first met with Chris Terry, he said, Joe, it's just different. Wait till you meet the leadership. Wait till you meet everybody who's a part of this. Some of the big leaders, you worked with some of the big leaders, but wait till you meet everybody. And I met like Matt Rosa for the first time in London at the London event. And one of the things that he said to me that stuck out to me was putting people over profit, people over profits. They preach people over profits. And over the last, 3 months to see Chris Terry really protect the house, whether that means getting rid of some of the best traders, whether that means and I'm talking about cleaning house. I'm talking about cleaning it up to make sure that this company is a legacy company, to make sure that you and I have something that we could build and we could pass to our future generations, to know that we have a leader that's leading this mission, this crusade, not by just talk, but by actions. Very few CEOs would do what Chris Terry did. Very few. The fact that he was bold enough to do it, not just warn these guys, well, he had warned them for several months. The fact that people thought they were bigger than the company, they thought if they leave, the company goes down. Listen, this company's big. It's bigger than just you and I. It's bigger than just Alex Morton. It's bigger than just David Ibinete, Ivan Tapia, Monica Tapia, Jason and Matt Rosa, Brandon Boyd. Listen, this company is a legacy company. And when you have a legacy company that's built on solid biblical foundation and principles, you have something that's going to be here for a long haul. And so I am just super honored and blessed to be a part of it. But it made me ask the question today, am I doing enough to make an impact in this legacy company? And what Joseph Gomez, is what I'm doing right now on a daily basis enough to be noticed or to impact this legacy company? And the answer is no. See, I believe I could go a little bit harder. I believe I could build bigger. I believe I could build stronger. I believe I could do more. In order to be more, I have to do more. In order to have more, I have to do more. Right? See, I'm a firm believer in the law of action is stronger than the law of attraction. And what I mean by that is simply sitting here saying, I want is not good enough, right? It's not going to make the $1 million show up in your account. You're not going to build a Bitcoin portfolio by never buying Bitcoin. You're never going to build a crypto portfolio by not buying several crypto portfolios. Like, those things are needed. Those things are a must. You have to do those things in order to have the success that you're looking to have. But see, sometimes we get blinded by the personal development saying the law of attraction is enough. And you know what? The law of attraction is not enough, ladies and gentlemen. The law of action is what needed to make things happen. So what are you doing on a daily basis? What are you doing on a weekly basis? What are you doing on an hourly basis? Are you getting stuck on your social media for hours at a time? That's easy. Are you getting stuck just in personal development for hours at a time? That's easy. See, at the end of the day, we get paid to put eyes in front of the screens, butts in seats, and ears on phone. You get paid to get people the information. That's it. It's as simple as that. That's if you're building. Now, if you're not trying to build the business, simply use our service and you're going to make money. Simply use our service and you're going to make money. That's 100% true. But if you're looking to build this business and build a residual income, right, and be an impact to millions around the world, then it's going to be, what are you doing on a daily basis that are money-making activities towards building your business? What is your daily method of operation? So for me, it starts with getting up and doing, reading the Bible for a quick, 10 to 30 minutes, and that's it. Then I do my personal development, and then I get ready. Okay. I have to start my day like that. That's my morning routine. Okay. I have to start like that, because if I don't, then I'll never get to it. Before I start prospecting new people, I start following up with the old people. So I send out all my messages to my follow-ups. I knock all of my follow-ups out before 10 o'clock. And this way I can add to my list, right, new prospects to my list that I'm adding daily. And so if you don't have a routine, I highly encourage you getting a routine. And listen, if you have a job, you're working a job, you're going to need a routine, because you're still working your job 60, 40, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Okay. Nobody's telling you go out and quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying develop a routine, which is going to allow you. See, for me, when I knew I worked those many hours, I knew I had to get my follow-up done before I went to work. So meaning if I got up early, I didn't care. I sent out my messages early. I know people weren't getting them late, but guess what? When they woke up, the first thing they saw was my message. When they woke up, the first thing they saw was my message. So then I would go to work my job, and then on my lunch break, I would make sure I would never eat lunch at my office. I would go out and buy lunch and prospect somebody. So I prospect 1 or 2 people while I was out, add them to my list, and then follow up some more. See, you want to know where the secret is to making a lot of money in network marketing? It's in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, you got to follow up. It's not okay to be a great inviter and that's it. You got to be a great inviter with a good follow-up system. And when you develop those 2 things, ladies and gentlemen, you will make a ton of money in this industry. This is a simple industry to build, but it's simple not to build. The reason why I don't say it's easy, because everybody would do it if it's easy. It's simple. But you have to make a decision. Either you're going to do it or you're not. See, and understand this. Be committed for the long haul. Just because you're doing something for a little bit doesn't mean you're going to have the actions that you wanted. Listen, like, take it back to when you were born. When you started to walk, were you a pro walker right away in day one? No. Probably fell, hit your head, bumped your head, got a couple scrapes, got a couple bruises, but guess what? You had a champion attitude. You had a champion spirit. That same champion spirit lives inside of you today, yet we just have put out that flame a little bit by letting circumstances of life control us. Okay? I challenge you to think like a kid again. Okay? Let me ask you, are you married to the first person that was your boyfriend or girlfriend? Probably not. Probably not. Are you, like, just think about all the things that you had to overcome in life to get to where you're at today. And if any time you would have just quit, would you be in the same spot you're in today? And the answer is no. The answer is 100% no, right? Even with my relationship with my wife right now, we've been together since we were in high school, 18, 17 years old, okay? We had to learn how to get through the trials of life together while raising a kid, while we're still kids figuring out things on our own, right? 39 years old, my wife is 38 years old. Our daughter turned 21 this weekend. I know a little bit about commitment. I know a little bit about adversity. I know a little bit about when things get tough, you got to buckle down and keep going. And the same thing is here in network marketing. When things get tough, because they'll get tough. When things seem not to be easy, because things will seem not to be easy. When you feel like quitting, because there'll be times when you feel like quitting, that's when you got to buckle down in your personal development. That's when you got to rely on the systems that you're doing. That's when you got to rely on whatever your daily method of operations are to get you through it. And you got to go harder in those times of frustration. You got to go harder in those times. See, here's what I became really, really, really good at. I would let the naysayers fuel me to go out and do great things. I would let people's comments fuel me enough to take action. And here's what I was really good at. I was really good at not letting people fuel me enough to just take action on social media and talk shit about them. I was fueled to the point to where I let it move me to take action, to go out and create massive success. You know what the best form of revenge is? Massive success. I guarantee the people that hated on me in network marketing don't want to see me having fun. I guarantee they don't want to see me having success. I guarantee they don't want. The best form of revenge was all out massive action, which in return led to all out massive success. So what are you doing on a daily basis? How many people are you talking to? How many meetings are you plugging into a week? How many home meetings? How many, and more than just this call here, how many calls are you doing a week that are business building meetings, showing the presentations, right? Showing the presentations, getting them on a Zoom to show the presentation. How many meetings are you doing a week of those? See, we call them business meeting mixers, right? BMMs. How many BMMs or home business meetings, right? How many home business meetings are you doing? How many times are you showing the presentation a week? Because listen, the more you show it, the more, again, I'm going to talk about your belief index. The more your belief index goes up, the more your belief index goes up, the more confident you speak. The more confident you speak, the more believable you are. Say, I don't want to join somebody who's not confident about what they're doing. I want to join somebody who's definitely confident about what they're doing, knows what they're doing, knows where they're going, and more than that, knows how to help me get to where I want to get to. Right? See, the best compliment I could have ever got is when somebody told me thank you for getting them to a point where they never thought they were going to get to, where they never intended to get there, but they thanked me after they got there. You see what I'm saying? They didn't believe that they could make this happen. And when they made it happen, they gave me a thank. That's the best form of compliment I could ever get. So what are you doing today that's going to change your tomorrow? See, here's what I know. The people that are having massive success, they already have their tomorrows planned out. Like, I know I got 2 lunch meetings with high networkers tomorrow. I know on Wednesday, I'm meeting with Gabriel Reyes. We're gonna go over lunch to go over some activities to go over with his team. Like, I know what my week looks like. What does your week look like? Are you flying by the seat of your pants? You gotta have a system in place, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have the success that you see the Matt Rosas, the Jason Browns, the David Iminetiers, the Ivan Tapias, the all these people that are out there having this massive success, they're not having it by accident. They're not having it by coincidence. You think Jason Brown and Matt Rosa had that chairman retreat without planning it? I was so pissed at myself I couldn't go, but I was just so slammed with work. But you think they planned that you think they did that without planning? You think Ivan Tapia did it for his all his chairmen in his organization this last week without planning? You think the convention that's going to go on in November is going to happen without planning? Absolutely not. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. There's people traveling from all over the world that are finding ways to get to this convention. Yes, there's COVID season. Yes, there's restrictions in almost damn near every country there is. But they're finding ways that they could go out and make it to this event because they know that their business depends on it and it's a life-changing event. I know this, when you go to conventions, they change. Something in conventions click, something happens that's magical at conventions, which helps people get to the next level of increase in their business, in their life. And so I challenge, it may be hard, it may be difficult to find a way to get there, but I mean, even if you can't get there, I challenge you to take the days off work to plug in and get the Zoom link. You can pay for it right now. You can listen to it while it's going on live. Get in a place where there's no distractions. And and that you can focus on the conference and what's being said to the speakers who have had the success that you're looking to have. It may take that one thing that one speaker that you weren't even expecting, he may say that one golden nugget, and you take notes on that, and that change and impact your life for years to come. So, with that being said, I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for taking time to get on this call again. I know today wasn't my day to cover, but Brandon was already committed, and he's flying. And so again, another 7-figure earner, Chairman 100, who knew he wasn't going to be able to be on the call. Why? Because he knew what he was doing, and he was on the call. See, these people don't do it on accident. They know what they're doing. So because he knew he wasn't going to be able to call, because he had his schedule booked, he was able to plan and get me on the call. That goes in line with what we were talking about on this call. So I challenge all of you to come up with a schedule, come up with a daily method of operations. We call them the DMOs. Come up with your DMOs, write it down. What are you going to do on a daily basis, and stick to it? I love each and every one of you. Simon, good to see you be able to finally jump on. Appreciate you guys.
I was persistent, Joe. 7 times that took me to frigging get on. 7
Think about
times.
That alone goes with what I've been talking about right now for the last 10 minutes. Being persistent, and goes back to when I talked about, I don't know if you were on, when I talked about as a kid, you don't just start walking perfectly.
No.
You are persistent on learning how, and then eventually it becomes natural. And see, same thing when you go to drive. They tell you hands on 12 and 9 or 12 and 6, whatever it is, or 9 and 6 or 9 and 3, whatever it is. And you start driving like this, you learn to drive the right way, right? And then over time, you just start putting the one hand on the wheel, and you're lean back, and you're Mr. Cool Joe, right? But before that, you weren't. Right, you were sitting up in your seat. It wasn't natural. It wasn't easy. It wasn't. It was a chore, right? But now driving is easy, right? After you've done it for so long. And same thing happens with network marketing. When you do things over and repeatedly do it over and over again, you become really good. Look, I guarantee Fraser wasn't the best public speaker when he first started, and now Fraser's touring around the world with some of the best speakers there are. And that didn't happen overnight. That happened overnight, and that happened being persistent on knowing what he wanted to do, going after what he wanted to do, and attacking it every single freaking day. So don't take a day off from being a champion. You owe it to yourself, and I'll see you guys at the top or from the top. Have a great day. Thanks again for having me. We'll see you guys. Am I going next week, or is Brandon going next week?
Which would you prefer?
I don't care. Whatever you guys need, let me know. I'm here.
Do you want to get back to the same schedule where you do it next week, then Brandon does it the week after?
Yep, that's fine. I'll be here next week.
Okay, fabulous. Thanks, Joe. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Okay,
thanks a lot. Okay, guys, before we finish, as you know, tomorrow evening, we have a live trading session, and I've got a few prospects that I'm actually going to be introducing to it. So when you get the link, which is going to come out tomorrow, make sure that you hop on and you learn. Today, I've had a bit of a quiet day. I've only made about £1,300, but can't live on it, but it's a start. It's a start. But it's fun. I treat this as fun. Looking at the website, looking at the trades, analyzing the trades, and putting the trades on. There's nothing better when you know you're putting that trade on and why you're putting that trade on. So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Sorry, David, about me cocking up, couldn't get up. It's like bloody internet. I don't know what it is, why it is, or whatever. But hey, persistence got me there. My seventh attempt. So there we go. Okay, guys, I will catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.